Good morning and welcome to Virtual Networkers. I was making an email, just making sure somebody's not like, here's the link. I'm Jill Celeste. I think everybody knows me. that makes this whole thing easier. Welcome, happy Friday. I hope everybody had a great week so far. You know the routine. Please go to the chat box, first, last name, email address, so that I can send you the transcript later. And we're going to get started with our 30-second introductions. I know we all know each other. However, let's go ahead and just keep practicing those, and perhaps you'll learn something new today from each other. So with that said, Marilyn, I hope you have your coffee. I'm going to ask you to kick us off, and then Debbie Keevan.
Good morning, everyone. So it's that time of year, right? Taxes are done or going to be done, and you're getting ready for the summer season. Do you know somebody who says, I don't know why, I just can't fill in the blank? It's probably the unconscious mind that is holding them back. And if you want to figure out, or the other person wants to figure out why and how they really can take control of their life, have them come see me. I'm a board certified hypnotist and help people achieve their dreams. Marilyn Kopaz at Essential Health and Hypnosis.
Thank you, Marilyn. So good to see you. Debbie, then Ann.
Good morning to everyone. I'm Deborah Keevan of Highlander Press, where we take authors from, I think I have an idea and I might have something to share, to a book of their very own. And they get to have all the fun with all other people who are going through the same experience in a very unique way. So Deborah Keevan, Highlander Press, Baltimore, but we grow authors all over the world.
Awesome. Thanks, Debbie. And then Sherry.
I'm still reading mine because I only practice it now. But anyway, have you ever desired more from your home? Have you also wondered how to even start? My name is Anne, and I'm a room stylist with heart. Based in Zurich, Switzerland, I provide a variety of virtual and in-person consultations on how to make easy changes for any budget that will improve the energetic and aesthetic feel of your home. If that's not enough, I'm also currently working almost on a line of Christmas decorations that will be coming out this fall. So if you want to put the Om back in your home, you can give me a call or book an appointment. Oh shit, I did it again.
Fine.
Anyway, you can reach me at ann@shirleysgirl.com.
Yes, which will be in the chat box. Yay, good job. Sherry, then Suzanne Moore.
Is your business strutting around like the proverbial emperor with no clothes? Have you left it naked and exposed to legal risk and danger? I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. You and your business deserve better. Using flat rate and subscription fee models that take the fear out of legal fees, I can help you clothe your business with the correct policies and contracts to protect your empire. I'm Sherry Andrews. You can reach me at sherryandrews.com.
Thank you, Sherry. Suzanne, then Kelly.
Good morning, everyone. I am Suzanne Moore, and I help independent entrepreneurial women figure out what the 2 to 3 things are that are going to really build their business, bring in revenue, and create an up-leveling that they want to see, instead of getting stuck in their to-do list, feeling like they are playing a game of whack-a-mole. You can reach me at suzannetmoore.com, and I'd love to have a coffee chat with anyone. My link is in the chat.
Thank you, Suzanne. Kelly, then Susan Driscoll.
Good morning. I'm Kelly Lutman, coming to you from outside of New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm a functional medicine health coach who helps people identify the root causes of their symptoms or disease and provide what they need to turn that around. It's Mother's Day weekend, and we're probably going to be gathering with other family members. And so I encourage you to just listen to the conversation. Who is frustrated by their current situation? Who knows something's wrong and their doctors aren't identifying? Who's tired of adding another medication every time they go to see the doctor and not feeling like they're making any progress? That's the person that I want to talk to. That's the person that I can help to relieve and help them discover how good they can feel in their body. I'm Kelly with Pursue Wellness for You, Wellness for Life. because health is wealth.
Awesome. We look forward to your presentation as well, Kelly. So we got the Susans next. Susan D, then Susan S.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Susan Driscoll in Toronto, and I am a women's mindset coach. I help women who know they have more to offer, but they're not sure how to do it, but they're really ready to do something. They just don't know how. So I help them with their mindset so they get past their self-doubt, they get some clarity on what they'd like to do, and start to take action so that they can actually start moving from where they are today to actually doing that thing that's more in alignment with them and the women that they really are.
Thank you, Susan. The other Susan, and then Mary Beth.
This past year was something else, and now we're trying to return to the new normal. There's a lot of stress going on out there. Good morning, I'm Susan Shelton, and I'm a wellness consultant in Alexandria, Virginia, partnering with USANA to provide the best of the best to support your wellness journey. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Did you know that there are supplements out there that can support your mental health and provide aid during stressful times? Do you know someone who might prefer supplemental support rather than prescriptions? Let's schedule a coffee date, and help could be on the way. Thanks.
Thanks, Susan. Mary Beth, and then Margaret.
Hi, I am Mary Beth Decker, still an intuitive animal communicator, and I wanted to share the story about Mulligan the cat. His little black cat, white whiskers, bright green eyes. Mulligan had to go to the vets in New York City, and I got a report back. We sent some good energy and told her what's going on, and she said she took it like a champ. Calming effect, did okay, and also I loved it. She says, and she loves the subway much more than taxis. She's turning into a real New Yorker. So that's my story today.
I love it. Yeah, go Mulligan. Margaret, then Image Kurz Hannah.
I don't know how to top that at all, Mary Beth. There's no topping anybody in here, but in the meantime, that's a hard one to follow. I am Margaret Martin, living in delightful Dunedin, Florida, and I work with awesome women who are in the process of redesigning their life. And that can look like anything from, oh, my kid is going off to college, now what? Even though I like my work, there's more, I need more. I've got to fill that gap. So, or, plan for retirement, all my financial future's good, but in the meantime, what do I do every day? So I help people uncover and discover new ways of living their life so they can have a fulfilling life, and the rest of their life is the best of their life. You can find me at margaretmartin.com.
Thank you. Hannah, then Connie Jo.
Good morning, I'm Hanne Brotter, graphic designer, visual branding expert, and teacher of graphic design. And if you wonder why I'm called EGM Curse today, it's my it's my identity, because I was teaching earlier this week. I had 2 whole days with people wanting to learn graphic design. And if you want to do that yourself, you're very welcome to my school. I live in Norway and work globally, and you can find me at brotterschoolofdesign.com or yourbrandvision.com, and my coffee date info will be in the chat.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Hannah. Connie Jo, then Darlene.
Are you behind with your books? Are your books a mess? You're not sure what to do? You're feeling the stress? Let's get started. Your books will get done, and along the way, we will surely have fun. Schedule a chat. We'll figure it out. You'll get up to date of that. There's no doubt. Good morning from Atlanta. I'm the bodacious bookkeeper, Connie Jo Miller of Enigma Bookkeeping Solutions. Schedule some time with me today. The link is in the chat box.
Awesome. Thanks, Connie Jo. Darlene, then Laura Templeton.
Good morning, Darlene Elkins, artistic photographer from Tampa, Florida. You may or may not have seen the movie Kodachrome. There's one of my all-time favorite quotes from that movie is, "We're all so frightened by time, the way it moves on and the way things disappear. But that's why we're photographers. We're preservationists by nature. We take pictures to stop time, to commit moments to eternity. Human nature made tangible." Visit me at photographsforthesoul.com or darlene.elkins on Instagram.
Beautiful. Thank you, Darlene.
Very nice.
Laura's next. Laura T, then Laura C.
So have you ever met someone who opens their mouth and words start to flow out like a raging river, right? They just don't know when to stop. Hi, I'm Laura Templeton with 30 Second Success. And as an international author and speaker, I help people understand the depth at which our words bring to our audience. If you know an organization that really brings quality speakers to their membership to help them understand that words matter and your message can make such an impact that you don't have to say a whole lot, right? It's what you put out there. So if you have an organization that brings quality speakers to their membership, I would love to learn more about that. So let's schedule a chat today.
Awesome. Welcome back, Laura T, by the way.
That was a new message. So I'm like still working on it, guys.
You're doing good.
Even the teacher has to figure it out.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Laura, then Suzanne Bellavista.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Laura Clark, founder of Chief Executive Management, located here in Monroe, New York. And I help support entrepreneurs with the day-to-day handling of projects, operations, and team members. And together with my team, we transform work days by marrying technology to bring more automation to your daily business activities, to maximize productivity, virtually supporting your office while you do business.
Awesome. Thanks, Laura. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Suzanne, then Kate.
Good morning, everyone. Have you ever been at a crossroads in your life where you wondered where to go next? Have you ever wished that life came with a roadmap or operating instructions? It does. Your astrological chart and your inner voice of wisdom. I work with passionate and perfectionist women in transition to help them slow down and reconnect to their inner voice of wisdom and the divine wisdom of the natural world around them. The result? You will walk away with a clear vision, plan, and productivity tools to design and launch your next joyful chapter of life with some self-love and fun sprinkled on top. What's next for you? I'm Suzanne Bellavista, and you can find me in beautiful Western Massachusetts and on the web at soulfullivingproject.com.
Awesome. I love that, passionate and perfectionist. I know nothing about those things. Nothing. Kate, then Judy.
Hello, I'm Kate Barnes, Clarity Coach for creative solopreneurs, and I use my 16 years as a professional organizer and coached in my training as an energy practitioner and in human design to find your natural rhythm beyond the BS solutions and rules that you might be following. Who do you know who wants to break free from the chaos, uncover the system that works for them long-term so that their soul can shine? Send them my way. Kate Barnes, Clarity Coach.
Thanks, Kate. Judy, then Rach.
Hi, I'm Judy Kane, and my business is Aligned Consciousness. And we have no guests, so you all know what I do. I help people rewrite subconscious self-limiting beliefs. People come to me for three main reasons, either because they have stress related to certain topics in their life, or because they have conscious goals they aren't hitting, or physical symptoms of stress. And I'd love more coffee dates. The link is in the chat.
Awesome. Judy, it's all right. Always good to remind us. You never know.
Might be the time.
Might be it, right?
Yeah.
Rachel, Jennifer.
One day she'll surprise us and do something new.
I know, then we'll be like, wait.
Happy Friday, ladies. I'm Rachel, and I'm a website designer for spiritual entrepreneurs. And my superpower is taking my clients' personality and translating it into a .com. It's a website that is completely soul aligned and that allows them to show up louder in their businesses.
Oh, louder. I like that. Yes. Jennifer, bring us home.
Good morning and happy Friday. I am Jennifer Ressman, your business content specialist. I'm here to help you build your business content online. I'm with Voyou Business, writing here in lovely Central Florida, writing for your blog, website, and lead pages. Making content, it's a big undertaking that many just can't keep up with consistently. Some of you in here, yes. So it's all about creating content for you so you can share it and not have to do it yourself. You just imagine, you wake up, it's in your email. Perfect. I'm here to make your life easier. So find me on LinkedIn or at voyou.com. Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer. Well, Jennifer, wait, don't mute yourself because you're up next again. Jennifer's going to introduce our wonderful speaker who needs no introduction, but we're going to have her introduced by Jennifer, and then Kelly, if you could go to about 8:40 or 7:40 your time, and then we'll open it up for questions. Take it away.
Kelly Lutman, the wonderful Kelly Lutman, is a certified health coach and best-selling author who uses functional medicine principles to help her clients reclaim their health by finding the root cause of their symptoms and disease. Whether the issue is named IBS, diabetes, Hashimoto's, arthritis, or a host of other names, Kelly meets each client where they are, helps them understand what is happening in their body, and guides them in identifying the changes that will support their body's innate ability to heal. It is her passion to encourage people in pursuing wellness. And she's amazing. She's done great things for me. So take it away.
Make sure you unmute yourself, Kelly, okay?
Mute and then share my screen.
There you go.
Here we go. What influences your health? I have spoken in many settings about health being as simple as maximizing, minimizing, and prioritizing. We maximize what our bodies need as building blocks and resources to function properly, which is the raw materials, oxygen, water, vitamins, minerals, etc., as well as the belief that the therapy you have chosen is effective. And then we need to minimize the things that work against our bodies, which are toxins and infection and allergens and stress, as well as limiting beliefs, fears, and negative emotions. And what a lot of people forget is to prioritize an environment for healing. This would include sleep and rest, laughter, stress reduction, exercising, stretching, breathing, meaningful relationships, and positive visualization. We can further expand these three into what I envision as 7 pillars that support our health. I use pillars because these 7 areas support the whole structure of our health. Pillars in a building work in conjunction with each other for the whole building. And in the same way, our body is a whole system with our choices affecting that whole part. So let's explore those pillars more closely, starting with the areas that we need to minimize. Minimizing stress. Stress is one of the most powerful biochemical experiences that your body knows. Managing stress is one of the best things we can do for genetic expression and body function. Now, stress is the perception of a real or imagined threat to your body or ego. So a lot of it can be in your head. And we know people that can be in the midst of an environment or a situation that just seems like it would be overload for us, and they seem cool as a cucumber. And yet we also know people who are in not such a huge situation in our perspective, but are just unglued. So it's all in your own individual perception. And ego, many of us know, is part of our mind that mediates between the conscious and the subconscious and seeks to maintain the status quo, not to change. Now, stress causes a fight or flight or freeze response. But the significant thing about stress's effect on our body is when you are in fight or flight, your body focuses its energy toward your heart, lungs, sight, and muscles, and it shuts down digestion and reproduction. So chronic stress lays that foundation of driving disease because it's limiting your body's ability to take on nutrients and be able to function in a healthful way. More often, that chronic, seemingly endless stress level, that person, we know people who seem to thrive on their stress level. They seem to wear it as a badge, but they don't realize the price they're paying in their body and the long-term effect that it will have. So how do we reduce stress? Here's the key. It is not hard. You have to choose. You have to make a choice to stop and take a moment to breathe. Just deep breathing, holding your breath and slowly letting it out can significantly alter your stress level. And meditation is another approach. And I've had clients who say, I can't meditate. I try and I can't get a couple minutes past and I'm off in my mind and I escape. But studies have shown that just 2 minutes of meditation have a beneficial effect on your mind and your body. So make that effort. Find an app. I use the Abide app, but there's Calm and there's various other apps that you can just take a moment out of your day, pull yourself aside, take a minute to and calm. We also need to minimize toxins. And here's just a few of the places that you can find toxins. They are everywhere, in our water, our air, in alcohol, in radiation and EMFs, those things that we get from our phones, in plastics, in heavy metals are found in our amalgams, the silver fillings in our teeth, in our canned food because it leaches from the can, in the vaccines that we're taking. There's toxins everywhere. A study was done by the Environmental Working Group that found 287 identifiable chemicals, including pesticides, industrial pollutants, waste materials, from stains, stain repellents, and flame retardants, and chemicals or plastics. 180 of those were considered carcinogenic, so they risk cancer development. 217 were known neurotoxins, and 208 shown to cause birth defects. And where were these toxins found? In umbilical cord blood. So those babies were already exposed to so many toxins just by being in a body on the earth. Kind of scary. Now, cleaning up your food can start with as simple as switching to organic. And I have clients who say, well, I can't afford all organic. That's really challenging for me. So then I say, okay, pick your battles. Look at the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list and choose those fruits and vegetables in organic form, because those that are called the Dirty Dozen because they maintain or retain the most pesticides from their growth. Apples are always on the Dirty Dozen list. Strawberries are prominent on the Dirty Dozen list. Spinach and greens, you can generally expect that way. Celery, hot peppers, I would think that bacteria and stuff wouldn't attack hot peppers, but they do, and so those are sprayed. But look at these and pick these to be organic. Not necessarily because organic has more nutrients in it, it just has less toxin. And so we want to choose that for our food. Now I'm curious, what product carries this warning? It's a product found in almost every home. If you accidentally swallow more than used for blank, seek professional help or contact a poison control center immediately. Any guesses? What would be that product?
Yeah, Susan Shelton and I actually agree. Toothpaste would be what I was going to guess.
You are right.
And that was what I was going to guess too.
You are right. It's toothpaste. This is something we use every day, and because of the fluoride added to it, it is considered potentially toxic. That's a scary thing for me too. Personal care products are a big source of toxins, and this the Guardian's headline saying that women apply an average of 168 chemicals every day in their personal hygiene. That can be from soap, body wash, body lotion, hair care, skin care, makeup, toothpaste, or their perfumes. There are a lot of chemicals in our perfumes and scents that we are not aware of. We want products that don't hide, that don't have ingredients that hide under the surface, like an send it backwards, like an iceberg. I use an iceberg as an illustration quite often because with an iceberg, we know there's a lot hidden in the surface. This is an illustration of health, What we see on the surface is what we see on the outside, but there can be a lot of things going on the inside that we're not noticing. But personal hair products are, or personal care products are a prominent source of chemicals and toxins. So if you'd like some help getting some personal hair care or skin care, I can help you with non-toxic sources. That's one of my passions as well. Okay, so then on to food. We talked a little bit about the Dirty Dozen list, but think back to last March. How many of you really don't want to remember that? But think back to last March when we knew that quarantine was coming and everybody ran out to the grocery stores. When you got to the grocery store, what shelves were empty? Go ahead and unmute and answer.
Junk food.
Toilet paper.
The toilet paper, yes.
Toilet paper.
But junk
paper products.
food,
Yeah.
the junk food, the processed food-like substances that sit on the grocery shelves and can stay there forever and not change their form because no respecting bacteria would eat them. But what was quite full and productive was the produce section. The fresh food was not nearly as wiped out as the processed food-like substances.
I also noticed that in the cleaning aisle, Mrs. Myers was the only cleaning product left on the shelf, which really surprised me.
Yeah, we go for all the chemicals and not the safer products, but even Mrs. Myers has some questionable ingredients. So our common food habits, and this is a picture courtesy of the World Hungry Planet, where they did pictures of the normal diet for a week of families all over the world. And it's quite interesting to look through the photos and see the variations in what people are eating. But this would be a normal standard American diet, which its acronym is SAD, by the way. Produce is not prominent. It's a little bit of tomato and grapes and some things in the potatoes and such, but a whole lot of processed, not real food on there. But what we find is that all this food is full of sugar, full of chemicals, full of highly processed and enriched, where they take all the good stuff out of the natural food and they add back in a few mostly synthetic nutrients. So it's not really beneficial to your body. There's so many things included here that is not beneficial. But what we can do is focus on nutrients and not even be afraid of calories so much. I have so many clients who are concerned about eating avocados because it's higher in calorie, but they are so full of beneficial fat and nutrients. I encourage them, okay, break that old rule, let's get in and eat some. But every eating opportunity you have either nourishes or depletes your body. So focus on the colors of the rainbow. Those colors represent different nutrients. You can eat greens and reds, orange, yellow, blue, purple, and white is also a color. And also focus on cruciferous vegetables. Get some of those every day because cruciferous vegetables are the highest in vitamins A, C, D, K, folate, and sulforaphane, which helps with detox. When I did my detox program just recently, that was a focus of the foods we were eating, was in cruciferous vegetables to support detox. And then, of course, you need to hydrate. Hydration is so important. And I love this graphic because it shows all the many places that water is involved, even in your bones. We don't think in terms of our bones as having water, but there's a lot of water in our bones, our connective tissue, our kidneys, our organs are really dependent on water for effective work function. The signs that you need more water: headaches, constipation, poor kidney function, blood pressure dysregulation, dryness, mood swings, fake hunger, and memory lag. There can be so many ways that water can affect our bodies. But water thins our body fluids. It supports organ function. And when you eat or drink high sugar content, the blood gets thick It actually thickens. You can see it in electron microscope slides. It thickens and the cells become chained like trains. And your body will pull water from your organs in order to try to thin that back out, but that causes problems with your organs. So another thing is water helps lymph to flow, and lymph is a dual purpose fluid. It does not have its own pump system like our cardiovascular system does, but lymph needs to be thin and fluid so that it can collect garbage out and bring it to where it's released from your body. But it also transports our white blood cells, which is our immune system. So if lymph is not moving, your immune system is not able to cover your body. How much do you drink? I always recommend starting with half your body weight in ounces of water, but adjust according to your activity. So when Jill does her 2K runs or her 5K walk runs, whatever, she needs to increase because she's releasing a lot more fluid through her sweat. So if you're doing a lot of heavy activity outside in the heat, you need even more water than you thought. Then we need to prioritize movement. And we all know that movement benefits our joints, our muscles, all of our body's function as far as structure, but it does so much more. Movement benefits our energy, our mood, our blood sugar. It improves our sleep as well as supporting our body structure. And as I mentioned, it moves your lymphatic system. We have to be moving in order to get things moving with our lymph system through our bodies. That's where dry brushing can also help your body. I don't know how many of you do dry brushing before you get in the shower, but that helps to pull from all your extremities and move things into the core of your body. And sleep. We need sleep. I still know people who say, oh, sleep is overrated. And how many college students think that? Hello. But really, we need sleep. And sleep is anything but inactive. Your body is very busy recharging antibody levels, cleaning up damaged tissue, detoxing, and problem solving. When the old adage, I'll sleep on it to make a decision, brain studies have shown if you read through all the information about the situation before you go to bed, you will often be processing that information and come up with an answer the next day. So sleep on your problems as well. And how do you help yourself sleep? You wind down by, you need a wind down time at night where you turn off electronics. You maybe read quietly or listen to calm music. You can use blue light blocking glasses to reduce the blue light blocking to your melatonin production in the evening, but also a warm bath with Epsom salts, calming tea, sleeping in a dark, cool room, and not having electronics in your bedroom. And another thing is if you have a hard time adjusting your sleep time, make sure that when you wake up in the morning, that daylight in your eyes as soon as possible, whether it's to sit by a window or actually go out on a back patio for just a few minutes to drink your coffee. Sit out in daylight very quickly after you get up, and that helps to shift the circadian rhythm in your system. And then there's the mind-body connection, mindset. The placebo effect is real, and it can be used to our benefit. The vagus nerve is active in both directions between our brain and our gut. It's a superhighway, and you'll see it in this graphic. It's the yellow lines, and you see it goes all through from the brain down into the intestinal system, but it connects to all the major organs in your core. What you dwell on happens in your body. So if you are thinking illness, if you are thinking I'm coming down with something, or I might get this virus, your body is more likely to be susceptible to it and actually get it. Medical students often come down with the diseases they're studying heavily in school because they have so focused on it in their heads. But you also need to be mindful of doubtful thoughts, diagnoses, family genetics, the fear raised by Dr. Google. How many of us have Googled our symptoms and then thought, oh my goodness, I'm dying, We know you can reach out to those in our group who can help you reprogram those stories in your head so that it's not driving the function in your body. Our body is amazingly resilient, and my loud message this year is you have control. You can choose how your body will function based on reducing stress and toxins and maximizing the quality of your food and hydration and movement and sleep and shifting your mindset, because the body will respond to each step you take to minimize, maximize, and prioritize. And the good thing is you don't need to excel in all of these areas. Each step you take will improve things in your body. And you can work independently, or you can enlist the help of a health coach who can use functional medicine principles to help speed the process and walk alongside you to help you understand what's going on and implement the changes. I offer functional consultations, coaching to pursue wellness, but I also offer the opportunity to do lab reviews. So if you've done labs and your doctor said, oh, you're fine, but you don't think so, I can work through those labs and look at them and give you some other feedback that what's going on optimally or not so optimally. That's what I have to share. And I know the chat box blew up and I couldn't see any of it. So
Mostly comments about wine and avocados. I don't know if you missed too much there, Kelly. Well, let's open it up for questions. Raise your hand if you got a question. Kay Varnes, go.
Okay, so Kelly, I know you do detox stuff, right? Like you help people detox. And I've never done, I have some misconceptions about detoxing that I mean, I guess I don't know what it is and I'm kind of scared of it. So could you just give me tell me like what say like a liver, kidney, that kind of detox might look like?
Well, the goal in a detox is to help your body work through multiple phases of detox. There's 3 phases. Phase 1 is collecting it into the cells that will do the detoxing, but sometimes there's a breakdown between phase 1 and getting it out. And then phase 3 is actually eliminating. You do not want to be constipated when you're trying to detox because it just gathers and retoxes. So we're wanting to make sure that all elimination is going properly, and then providing those nutrients that will help the natural chemical processes happen. I just did a detox program with a group of 6 people, and my focus is to eliminate certain foods and then kind of walk back. And one day we eliminated meats and sugars and sweets and processed foods. And then the next day we eliminated grains. And the next day we eliminated, I just went blank on what we eliminated.
Something.
Next day, we came down to 3 focused days where we were eating cruciferous vegetables. Like I said, the benefit of those nutrients, allium vegetables, leeks and green onions and scallions and onion, and fruits and vegetables like berries and apples and pears. So I provide recipes to make that a little bit more interesting, and lots of water and lemon juice. And it just kind of opens things up. Some struggled with a little bit of pain initially, was their body was letting things out. And then after 3 or 4 days, they're like, oh my goodness, I feel lighter, I feel focused, I feel like I can do this, So it varies according to each person. And that's why it's really important to have a coach with you to walk through the daily check-ins and how are you doing and what are you feeling and how can we shift to support you. So don't try it on your own. And I don't really recommend the detox kits you get in the vitamin shop that, take all these pills, but you haven't changed anything about what you're doing elsewhere. You need to work on the whole body at one time.
Excellent. What a fantastic answer and what a great presentation, Kelly.
Thank you.
Absolutely top notch, and the beautiful picture there at the end, it just warmed my heart of you in the kitchen. So
yes,
thank you for sharing your knowledge with us today.
Oh, my pleasure. Any other questions?
Debbie?
So first of all, absolutely brilliant, Kelly. And I'm envying your stove if that's your kitchen. Holy moly.
No, it was a friend's kitchen.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Like, ooh. So you talked about drinking half of your body weight in ounces in water. And I think I go the other way, where I have my 2 cups of coffee in the morning and then maybe a glass of wine periodically in the evening. But I drink a lot of water and I'm always thirsty, always.
Okay.
How much is too much water?
The time that you get into too much water is more in diluting electrolytes. So what I would suggest is maybe when you're starting the day off with coffee, that is a dehydrator. And so you do need more water to counter the coffee. But what I would suggest is maybe midday adding to that water half a lemon, squeeze a half a lemon, a pinch of sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. And if you happen to have magnesium powder that you might use if you're not being so clear, you can add magnesium powder. There's a Natural Calm is a common magnesium powder you can do at night if you need to calm yourself and maybe help to eliminate. But those all will work in replenishing your electrolytes, and see if by doing that with a couple of your glasses of water a day, maybe that slows your thirst so
Thank
that
you.
you're not feeling like you need quite so much.
Thank you. That's a great answer.
I saw Connie Joe's hand, and then we'll go to announcements after that.
I have a comment by the doctor that my daughter and I go to. Just left her practice and started her own, and she's now an internal functional medicine doctor. Yay! She literally saved my daughter's life. She was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. Her gastro said, you're going to be on this pill the rest of your life. But our primary care doctor, she said no, and she did the elimination diet and is getting back to, adding things. But functional medicine is just, I wish more doctors practice functional medicine instead of just giving you pills, because it's just.
Exactly. And doctors practice what they're taught, what they're trained in. What I can say that really excites me is the school that I trained in. When I trained many years ago, it was primarily focused on health coaches, but with a few spatterings of nurses and doctors and all. Now our school is 70% licensed professionals. So the focus is to train from the inside and introduce doctors and nurse practitioners and physicians assistants to functional principles that they can incorporate in their offices and begin to change things from the inside of practice out. So it will make a difference.
So everyone can go to IFMCP, and maybe just anyway, you can find
IFM.org.
You can find
the functional
doctors
doctor.
that are certified practitioners of.
Or you could start with a health coach.
Well, yeah, exactly. But if you have a doctor,
right?
If they have that too, it's a huge plus.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for putting that in there.
But you prompted that search, that you're
wonderful,
and you have your information is so awesome.
Thank you.
Just, you're changing a lot of lives, and
that's
that.
my goal. That's my goal.
But thank you for what you do, and for even giving me the words functional medicine. I didn't even know what they meant before I met you. So thank you.
Awesome.
Powerful testimony. Wow.
That is.
Kelly, your presentation was wonderful. And
thank you
so much for sharing with us today. We're going to move to announcements. Kelly, you'll be up first, just to give you a little warning, but I'm going to go. I'll do my spiel, and then it'll be Kelly and then Debbie. So I have just a few things I want to share with you. Just want to give a shout out to those ladies who are not with us today. Stacy, who's hanging out with her daughter, yay! Tracy's off to a meeting. Robin is unavailable today, but just sending love to them. Some dates, if you want to write these down. May 21st is Business Mastermind meeting. That's where we brainstorm things that we might be stuck on, but it could also be other things that are related to business. So anything marketing, sales, mindset, whatever. We will not have a meeting on the 28th of May. That's the Friday after Memorial Day for those of us in the US. So again, May 28th, no meeting. And then I am going to do something kind of fun on Tuesday, June 15th, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to host a virtual coffee date party for all virtual networkers and guests. It's going to have some training at the beginning of the call to make sure everyone understands how to do a high quality virtual coffee date. So a little bit 15-20 minute training. And then just like our coffee dates, we're going to pair you off. Then you do your coffee date, we'll come back. We'll do another pair off, and then if we have time at the end for our guests, I'll explain virtual networkers. So please mark your calendars. Again, that date is June 15th, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. You're welcome to come for just a portion. I know some of you might already have some plans, but if you want to slip in at the end or at the beginning, you're welcome to do so. And then one last thing, this coming Wednesday in Lord Templeton's chapter, guess who's the speaker? It's me, so come see me. You've heard the spiel before, but you can never hear it too many times, the ways of a loud woman. So with that, I'll pass that on to Kelly, then Debbie.
I don't have anything specifically to offer. I will say, for accountability's sake, my goal through this summer is to develop a program for reversing diabetes, a group class. And so that's what I'm going to be really researching and digging into and creating. So keep me accountable. Ask me how it's going.
Yay, Kelly, congratulations on that. All right, Debbie, then Ann.
Gosh, there's so many yummy things to do. Kelly, that was, again, just incredible. I'm a huge fan of functional medicine and health coaches. I just want to say, if you want to have a coffee date, I'd love to catch up and just get to bring everybody up to date and just see how you're doing and, you know, hang out. So I put my link in the chat. Hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, Debbie. And then Sherry.
No announcements other than I put my coffee date information about 200 times in the chat. So
okay,
ignore all of them except one. So.
I'll do my best to delete the wrong ones for you. Sherry, then Marilyn.
Hey, if your business is missing these 2 essential articles of clothing, privacy policy or a terms of use, I have workshops, dates coming up, and I'm dropping the link in the chat. Let's get that clothing on your business and protect your empire.
Yes. Marilyn and Suzanne Moore.
No particular announcements except for to say, Kelly, that was an absolutely excellent presentation. I, as a hobby avocation, I'm really into a lot of health and wellness type of things. So when I listen to people talk, you know, immediately, you know, I've got a kind of a critical ear going, are they on target or not? You did a great job. So I really appreciated truth being spoken because there's just so many really bad things. A lot of jokes being talked about, you know, wind down before you sleep. Don't drink wine before you go to sleep. It dehydrates your brain and makes you have a bad night's sleep. So, just so you know.
Have the avocado instead.
Have an avocado, yes, indeed. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Marilyn. Suzanne Moore, then Susan Driscoll.
Well, so because it's Kelly Day, I'm glad I didn't wear my Star Wars pajamas and I did shower and do my hair. So I can say, you know, I've been using the hair care that Kelly sells for like 2.5 years, I think. And every time I get my hair cut, the gal says, your hair is so soft. So, you know, if you haven't tried it, you might want to, just saying. And there are versions for, you know, natural hair. And if you happen to put color in your hair,
they have that too.
Thanks. Susan, then Susan.
I have an ask for a new program that I'm starting to promote. Who's that woman in your life who has something that she'd really love to be doing other than what she already is, but she's not sure how to get started, or she gets caught up on the how-to and trying to figure out the whole picture? The program is called Emergence because my loud message for this year is that that version of you that you have inside that really would love to do something else is actually the woman you're meant to be. So we're going to be looking at intuition, we're going to be looking at mindset and consciousness, and we're going to actually start taking action. So if you know anyone like that, I'd love to connect.
Awesome. Congratulations on the new program too. Woohoo. Susan and Mary Beth.
Kelly, what an awesome presentation. You and I have talked so many times. I just love having a conversation with you. We're on the same line. You just have taken it, you've gone ahead and made a career out of it. And you're very good at what you do. My that has been the fact that I've aligned with products that website, the chat box. But we also, my announcement also just announced a new product line called Active Nutrition. And in that new line are detox products and items that will support the body and the gut and the microbiome. So I invite you to check that out also. So thank you, Kelly, for all the good words.
Thank you. Mary Beth and then Margaret.
Kelly, thank you. This is such good information. I laughed because one time a psychic told me, you need to eat more cruciferous vegetables. And now I have somebody who knows about this stuff to say, well, she was right. So however it comes in, when it's good information. Thank you so much. I want to do a shout out to Sherry. I got my terms of service. I got my privacy policy. Thank you so much. Kate, thank you. Did clarity calls. I'm speaking a little more clearly, a little more forthrightly because of what we talked about with some good ideas in how to present. So I loved it. Thank you.
Nice. All right, Margaret, then Hannah.
Oh, Kelly, that was really fabulous. And sadly, I guess I spend a lot of time I eat a lot of those things on the dirty dozen, like apples and tomatoes, but I wash them down really good and buy organic as much as possible. So hopefully that's not too bad. My request is, I don't know if you can tell, but I have my sparkly shirt on today. And if you'd like your LinkedIn profiles looking sparkly, why don't you give me a call? Let's work on that. You can also listen to my Mindful Monday on Facebook, 12:30 Eastern, every Monday. And this month we're working on LinkedIn tips. So follow me there, and everybody have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day.
That's right. Happy Mother's Day to you, Margaret. Hannah, then Connie Jo.
Thank you for a great presentation, Kelly. It's always very great to hear you speak because we can tell that you really know what you're talking about. So I enjoy that. I don't have any special announcements. I've just put my contact info in the chat, and I wish you all a very good weekend.
Thank you, Hannah. Connie Jo, then Darlene.
Thanks again, Kelly. Your presentation was awesome. I want all the slides. Those are good references. I need those. If you or someone you know is struggling with their books, I have an awesome startup package, and I put a link to the flyer in the chat box. I'm full for May, but I can take more people in June.
Well,
Everybody have a great Mother's Day weekend.
Full in May. Woohoo! Darlene and then Laura Templeton.
Kelly, at the risk of dittoing everything everyone has already said, I've practiced a lot. I've worked with a functional nutritionist. It does make a difference in life, but I needed some reminders. So thank you for that. Anything else to report? Happy Mother's Day, happy weekend, and see you next time.
Thank you, Darlene. Laura, then Laura.
Good morning. I always love being here, and Kelly, what an amazing presentation. I was saving screenshots there. So I definitely want you to come and speak to the Wednesday chapter again. So we need to get you on the calendar for that. So for those of you who already heard, Jill's going to be speaking on Wednesday to the Virtual Networkers chapter. We're really excited to have you, Jill. I love your message. I always glean something new every time you speak. So I kind of watch all your videos. So it's fun. Thank you. Susan Driscoll and I had an amazing conversation a couple weeks ago. It was so great to catch up with her and learn more about her business. I definitely encourage each and every one of you to have more coffee dates. I'm working more on having more coffee dates now that we finally got settled in Florida, for good. House is empty in Pennsylvania, we're out of there. So it's all good. And just moving forward with really building my speaking platform. So if any of you know of an organization that loves to support women, professionals, and business owners and look for speakers to bring to their membership, please think of me and connect us. I'm also inspired by something that Ann Robley asked me. I'm offering a mini course for people who are interested in learning how to be a moderator or a podcast interviewer to help you understand, just to become more confident in your conversations, running a meeting, just kind of helping the flow become more natural. So if you're interested in learning how to be more of a moderator or even doing podcast interviews and getting more comfortable in being kind of in the spotlight, it's a leadership role. So stepping your game up by doing that, I would love to invite you. I'm going to do a training for 5 to 7 people. So just shoot me an email if you're interested. Thanks.
What a great offering. Thanks, Laura.
You're welcome. Thanks to Ann for inspiring me.
Yes. Laura Clark, then Suzanne Belvista.
Yes. Well, Kelly, I'll just chime in. Wonderful presentation, great wealth of information. The cruciferous is totally a superpower food. So if anyone's not into it, get into it. It really is a superfood. And really, you can't hear too much about it, Kelly. So thank you so much for your presentation, sharing your information. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. No announcements on my end. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
Suzanne, then Kate.
Okay, so 2 shout outs today. 1 shout out for all of the women in this group. I stay on mute, but I laugh all the time at your chats and your comments, and y'all are fabulous, and you make being an entrepreneur less lonely. So shout out to everyone. Also a shout out to Sherry. I did her privacy policy workshop last night, and it is legal and it's not terribly fun to have to go into all these details, but Sherry makes it as painless as possible. And I would say I walked away with a couple of uh-ohs. I need to clean this up in my business as soon as I can. I walked away with a privacy policy that I feel confident about. And I got new techniques for how to handle protecting privacy. Now that was based on, I think, some questions I asked Sherry, which she builds into her program. So you can ask some questions. And then also, I feel like I have a new mindset. As a small business owner, there are some simple things that I know I can do to protect my clients' data, and I just wasn't thinking about it. So this really got my mindset shifted. So I feel like this is a way to professionalize my business and up level. So I highly recommend it for anyone who hasn't done it when the time is right. Very affordable. Sherry is wonderful. So thank you, Sherry.
Woo, you got right there. Get that transcribed, Sherry. That was an awesome testimonial. Kate, then Rachel.
Hello, ladies. I am looking for more podcasts and speaking engagements. If you know anyone who has the business focus or a focus on women, please send them my way or connect us. Also, shout out to Hannah and Rachel. My website is live. My branding and refreshed website is now premiered at katevarness.com. Check it out to see all their goodness. You guys are so talented.
Congratulations, ladies. That's awesome. Rachel, then Jennifer.
Thank you, Kelly. That was amazing. You are extremely knowledgeable, and it always shows in your presentations. No announcements for me. Just a happy weekend, everybody.
Thank you, Rach. And Jennifer.
Kelly, you know how much I love your message and you, and we love when you come and tell us things. Can I put in a request to talk about nightshades? Is that a fallacy, or, it's interesting as we get older and we have aches and pains that might be arthritis, But it's also kind of discouraging. You go to your regular doctor and they tell you one thing and they want to start, taking organs out. And then you go to your naturopath and they're like, whoa, let's do other things. And I just got a lecture recently about getting more vitamin D properly instead of just, that you can go out anytime and get vitamin D. It's very interesting what you get to study, Kelly. It's a great field, and thank you for helping us change our lives. I don't have any shouts, but if you want to connect, or if you're tired of doing your content, reach out to me on LinkedIn and we can get something done for you. Have a nice Mother's Day weekend.
Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, everybody have a great Mother's Day weekend, whether you have furry friends, fishy friends, or the human variety. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you all next week. Talk to you soon. Bye.